Hey guys, it's Eddie the Magic Monk. Welcome to Scratch Lesson 2, and you can see here that I have already made Lesson 1. I've shared my project, so if you want you can go into my project, Game Development Lesson 1. The address for that I will put in the description of the video, and test it out. But basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to now make a copy of this. So file, save as a copy. Okay, so notice how it says lesson 1 copy, and I can change this to lesson 2, press enter, and then file, save. Okay, so what's going to happen is if I get out of this, and go to my stuff, okay, I now have lesson 1 and lesson 2. Okay, I have lesson 1 and lesson 2, so I can just edit my lesson 2, and yeah, I'm going to share it, and then I'm going to edit lesson 2, and I'll have to remember to edit the instructions as well. So yeah, lesson 2, what are we going to do? Well, the problem we had at lesson 1 is that when you move the character, there's a slight pause. Now why is that? Well, let's test it out. In your Google Chrome or whatever browser you're using, if you click on the address bar and just press a key, okay, let's say I press K. Now I want you to press K and hold it down, and look what happens. There's a slight pause before it starts repeating again. So I hold down K, look, there's a slight pause after the first K. Ready? So yeah, that's basically what's happening right now with the program. So you press the right key, hold it down, and there's a slight pause. So to get around that, we have to use a different way of testing whether there's a key press. Because right now, when the arrow key is pressed, it's waiting until the operating system sends a key press event to the program. So another way of detecting whether there is a key press is if you go to if you go to events and you drag the block that says when the flag is clicked, what happens? What's going to happen is now we're going to go to a new category called control. So if you go into control, these are basically all the different structures, all the different control structures for your program, right? Without the control block, we basically can only execute programs in a sequence, in order, a list of instructions in order, right? So with the control block, what we can do is we can, for example, make the program repeat a list of instructions a certain number of times, or we can let the program make a decision so that if a condition is satisfied, we do something as opposed to something else if the condition is not satisfied. So basically the control block is where we make the program think rather than just blindly following our instructions. So unfortunately we're going to have to delete all this, okay, because yeah, we might as well start again. So as soon as my flag is clicked, I want to repeat something forever. Okay, what am I repeating forever? Now I'll just show you something simple to show you what I mean. So if I repeat forever, move 10 steps, and then turn 90 degrees, and then I wait for a certain number of seconds. So wait number of seconds, that's probably in control again. Wait 1 second. Okay, look what happens. Move 10 steps. Alright, and then it's gonna, oops, sorry, I did the wrong thing. Instead of point the direction, I should have done turn 90 degrees. Turn 90 degrees, and then 1 second's too long. Let's just wait half a second. Wait half a second. Okay, look what happens. Actually, you can't even see it's moving 10 steps. Let's move 100 steps and then wait half a second, turn 90 degrees, wait half a second. So let's try that. So it's repeating these instructions over and over again when the flag is pressed. So yeah, that's interesting. What else did I want to show you? So I'm now going to show you the if. So I'm going to show you basically utilizing all of these. So let's try something else. So instead of forever, let's just say we want to repeat 10 times. Okay, repeat this 10 times. Actually, let's just do 5 times. Okay, look what happens. If I run this, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then it stops. It stops. So that's the difference between repeat a certain number of times and forever. Forever means it's just going to keep doing these forever. Alright? It's going to keep doing that forever as soon as I press the green flag. Okay, and now let's try the if statement. So I'm going to say it's going to keep repeating these if the mouse sensing, if it senses that the keyboard, if it senses that the mouse is down. Okay, so now we're gone into the sensing category. These are all the things that it can sense, and so it can sense whether the key is pressed, it can sense whether the mouse is pressed, it can sense whether it's touching a color. But basically the sense block is pretty useless unless you drag this into another block, and the condition of another block. So you can see here inside the if block there's a bit of a gap, and that's where you can drag a sensing block in. Okay, so it's going to keep going, but it's only going to do these if my mouse is pressed. So let's run again. Now you can see that it's not going to do anything, but if I hold down my mouse, then it starts doing that. But as soon as I let go of my mouse, it stops. Okay, so that's what the if statement does. It basically can basically allows the program to think, to make a decision. If a condition is satisfied, it'll do it, otherwise it won't do it. So what is the point of showing you all this? Well, to fix the problem where there was a slight pause, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of these. I'm going to get rid of this. Okay, just delete all that. Isn't it sad when we delete stuff? Okay, I'm now going to say if the right key is pressed, if the right arrow key is pressed, move the X position to the right. Alright, change X by 5. Okay, let's, well, It's not even rotated correctly anymore. So let's fix the rotation. So make it face to right, make it go to 0, 0. Okay, and then drag this on. So if I run this and I press the right arrow key, look what happens. There is no pause. There is no pause. And the reason why there's not a pause is because it continuously checks whether my right arrow key is pressed, rather than waiting for the operating system to send an event to the program. It keeps checking, so it gets rid of that pause. Alright, press the right arrow key. So if you repeat this, alright, duplicate this with the left arrow. With the left arrow, change X by -5. Alright, and then let's repeat this for up arrow. Up arrow, and then we got to delete that now and just change Y by 5, and then let's get the down arrow and change Y by -5. Okay, so if you run this now, there is absolutely no pause. Alright, it's very, very smooth. Very, very smooth. Now, let's make the game a bit better by importing a background. So if you go to the stage and go into backdrops and choose a backdrop, you can basically see a list of backgrounds that you can choose, and I'm going to choose the desert background. So click the desert and then click OK down the bottom, click OK, and then you can see that I have now a desert background. And if you go back to your scripts, go back to sprite 1, and there's your cat, and if you run the game, you can move up, down, left, right, which is pretty cool. Okay, so I guess this tutorial will finish here. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.